guys, so basically today I'm going to be doing sort of a ramble, sort of a rant about ADHD struggles and basically dealing with chronic boredom because honestly, at this point, excuse me, I'm also a little under the weather today. At this point, I am just so fed up with it that like I literally need to come on here and just rant about this because if anyone who has ADHD knows, or anyone who struggles with like boredom due to other mental issues, health issues, whatever, you know that chronic boredom is literally the worst. It literally feels like the worst thing ever because nothing feels enjoyable anymore. So, if you see me looking down, it's because I have a note card about what I'm going to talk about, just tangents that I'm going to go on, so just in case I don't go off and forget anything. So, dealing with ADHD is honestly frustrating for me because I never really know how to cope with it because I was diagnosed with ADHD very late on. Like, I'm 17 now, by the way. My name's Amber, if you didn't know. I dealt with it for so long without knowing that I really had it. I mean, I kind of had an idea that I had it based on, genetics, because, everyone else in my family, has it, pretty much. And so I didn't really know. And also, I feel like, honestly, my mom, she seriously has a lot of issues, but I love her. Anyways, so she didn't want to believe it. And I would always tell her, I'm like, I have ADHD, I have it, I know I have it. Even though I wasn't tested for it until later now. I got tested for it a couple months ago, and it's really bad. Anyways, so, yeah, I dealt with it a long time, and I didn't know really why. I was feeling so bored all the time, and I was feeling tired and lethargic, and I figured out it was because basically I have depression that goes along with it too, and everything just felt boring to me, and I didn't know how to cope with it. And when you're constantly bored all the time, everything feels like work, and your hobbies don't become interesting anymore. Even now, back then, it was really bad, so I'm kind of getting better now. But I wouldn't even want to go out with friends. I would rather just sleep all the time and just stay inside because it was easier, and it was what was more comfortable for me, and it's just easy to stay in your room and sleep and pass the time that way. Because even when going out with friends wasn't fun to me anymore. Everything just felt like work. And I know that's a symptom of depression, but also my ADHD also makes me get bored of things very quickly, so even relationships become boring to me, which is honestly such a burden because I want to have healthy, strong relationships, who doesn't? And it's hard for me because I forget to keep in touch with them a lot. I forget to talk to them, I forget to check up on them, not because I'm selfish, but because I just forget. I forget a lot of things. I'm very forgetful, my ADHD is really bad. But yeah, I just feel bored all the time, and so even then, it's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to do basic needs. I would even have trouble just even cleaning or even doing something fun because it would be so boring to me, and I just couldn't be motivated to do it. And that's when it became really bad, is because my life was passing me by. I ended up getting into a lot of bad things because my boredom really enhanced my depression and really made me feel just not there, if that makes sense. Over time, I couldn't find anything to satisfy myself. I became more impulsive. I began to spend a lot. I began to overeat a lot. I ended up starting to self-harm. Not just because I was depressed. I mean, I did it when I was depressed, obviously, but also when I was bored, I would just do it because I couldn't feel anything. Everything was boring to me, and I would already be full from eating so many different snacks and stuff, and eating food constantly, and eating 2 or 3 meals in one sitting within 3 hours, and I'd just be really bored, couldn't find anything to make me feel good, so I would start self-harming. And after a while I became addicted to that because, you know, it actually releases endorphins in your brain and it makes you feel good. Yeah, so that became very hard for me. And when you're bored all the time, I mean, you're going to get depressed. You're going to get sad. You're definitely going to feel hopeless when you're constantly bored all the time. Because when your brain isn't working the way it's supposed to, and you're not getting any enjoyment out of anything, I mean, what is there to live for? It really feels like that. Like, what is there to live for? Sorry, I'm like really emotional. Anyways, so yeah, what is there to live for when you're bored all the time and you can't feel anything and you can't sort of be there for people and be the best version of yourself because your brain isn't working the way it's supposed to. I read something about this. It's like the front part of your brain or something. I don't really know. But one part of your brain is underactive. It's not producing enough dopamine and it's not producing the right neurotransmitters and chemicals to keep you going and to get reward out of things. And so when you don't feel like anything is rewarding, it just gets really bad. And I'm just frustrated with this because I've dealt with it for so long and I was in such denial about it for so long that I just pushed it away, and I could have been getting better for all those years, but I really didn't because I had no idea. I had people telling me that I was fine. I had my mom telling me that I was fine. I had myself lying to myself telling me I was fine, and I really wasn't. And it's just frustrating. Even after I self-harmed, that didn't get better, obviously. I just stopped doing it. Even after I was addicted, I knew my mom found out, obviously, and everything, and I had to stop. So I did. And then I'm still bored. Same old thing. Like, just coming home, going to bed, just wouldn't even take care of myself. And then I just got bored, so I just started getting into drugs, getting into things that I shouldn't have been getting into. I mean, it's not like I would go out and do bad things. Like, I would just take my drugs and go home and just do them in my room by myself. I wouldn't go out and be destructive or anything. Like, it was a very, like, private thing for me. Like, even when my friends would want to do, like, a social thing, like, I would rather just stay in my room and do it by myself. I'm a very, like, introverted person. But, I mean, I'm a little bit of both. I'm like, extroverted and introverted at the same time. It's really weird. Anyways, yeah, so I started getting into drugs and stuff like that because I just felt so bored, and when you feel bored and nothing feels enjoyable, you get depressed, and, you know, obviously it's this vicious cycle. So I would get bored, then I would start getting depressed, and then I would take drugs to feel better. Even if I didn't feel depressed, I was just like, I'm just bored, let's just do something, let's just, like, change my state of mind. I didn't do things that were healthy for me because the healthy things felt like work, like drawing or even playing guitar, which I don't really pick up my guitar anymore because, you know, I'm bored of it. Yeah, just picking up things that were healthy, like cleaning the house and stuff, even that didn't help. You feel stuck and you feel like, I just feel like I can't win. And it's a lot. Yeah, basically just that. And what pisses me off is that I had this for so long, and I mean, you know, people realized, obviously. They realized something was wrong, but no one really did anything about it. Like, my mom just thought, like, oh, she's just a teenager. Or my friends and my family really thought, oh, she's just a teenager, like, she'll grow out of it. When in reality, we need to stop using being a teenager as an excuse to not get people help and to not deal with the situation. Because I feel like a lot of people don't realize this, but, like, being a teenager is one of the most crucial stages of your life. Like, that's where you really start to find yourself, get a lot of experiences out of life. Like, just being in high school and, like, meeting a bunch of people, going through heartbreak, going through toxic friendships, and if you deal with a toxic family as well, like, you know, it's, like, even worse. And so I just hate people using that term. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but yeah, I hate it. It's annoying. So I don't really know what else to say. I'm just frustrated. I'm angry. I don't think I've missed anything else, but if I did, maybe I'll talk about it next time or something. But anyways, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. That's really the end of this video. If you can relate, feel free to comment or, you know, like this video, share it, or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Bye.